Senator Steinberg.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just to confirm, the roll is still open, correct?
Senator Steinberg, the roll has been open and is still open.
Good. Maybe we can close it soon.
Denham, no to aye. Cedillo, no to aye.
Ayes 27, noes 13. The measure is passed. Senator Steinberg.
Thank you, Mr. President. There's one more item, and I would like to lift the call on file item 14.
Will the Secretary please lift the call?
DeSaulnier, no. Simitian, no. Maldonado, no to aye. Onnested, no to aye.
Ayes 27, noes 13. The measure is passed. Senator Steinberg is recognized at his desk.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a number of thank yous, but if I may first, I want to adjourn in the memory of two people here tonight. One is Parrish Collins, who was a member of the Speaker's staff and previously worked for Speaker Fabian Nunez. He was a standout member of the Speaker's policy staff. More importantly, he was a loving father, brother, uncle, and friend to many. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Parrish's many friends, and especially his partner Amanda and their baby girl. Please join me in sending our condolences to his family. And secondly, I want to adjourn in the memory of our colleagues, Senator Alan Lowenthal's mom. Is that okay? Sarah Lowenthal's mom was 97 years old, lived a wonderful life, passed away, and of her many great achievements in life, she produced a heck of a son. So there we go, in memory. That was bad. Let me take let's take up Senate Concurrent Resolution 2. As a formality, then I want to say some thank yous. That is what.
Will the Secretary please read SCR 2?
Senate Concurrent Resolution 2, relative to the final adjournment of the 2009-10 Fourth Extraordinary Session of the Legislature.
Senator Steinberg.
So,
Senator Wright, you're recognized at your desk.
Adjourn in memory, Mr. President. I'd like to adjourn in memory of Miss Elin Vanderlip. Now, most of you wouldn't know her. Her family owned the entire Palos Verdes Peninsula many years ago. She was 90 years old. She had an estate that overlooked an area called Portuguese Bend. I had the pleasure of meeting her a couple of weeks ago at the opening of a new resort in Palos Verdes. But just a couple of weeks ago, she was just really spunky and could tell you stories about all the movie people and industry moguls who used to come to Palos Verdes back in the 30s and 40s when it was undeveloped. She reminds me, and I love to remind her, that in Palos Verdes it used to be the sanitary landfill and commercial landfill for most of Southern California. You would go there and dump stuff. In fact, now we're taking the methane out of it, and if my bill gets out, we'll actually use that to produce electricity. But right now, we're flaring the methane. But she was a very interesting lady, had a very colorful past, and Ms. Vanderlip passed away, and her family still owns a number of acres in Palos Verdes, and obviously now it is broken off into 4 cities and a part that's unincorporated. But she was one of the founders with her family of Palos Verdes, the peninsula, the entire island.
Thank you, Senator Wright. Senator Corbett.
Thank you, Mr. President. Also would like to adjourn in the memory of firefighter Thomas Maravich. He was a firefighter for the U.S. Forest Service. He was only 20 years old. He died July 21st as a result of injuries sustained while performing routine rappel skill training in Willow Creek. He was a second-year apprentice with the U.S. Forest Service at the Modoc National Forest and was working with the Chester Helitack crew from the Lhasa National Forest, which had been assigned to the Backbone Fire at the time of the accident. Tom grew up in Hayward. He attended the cadet program at the Fremont Fire Department. He'd been volunteering for that department since he was 17. He was living his dream. He came with more firefighting experience than most firefighters acquire in a lifetime. He selflessly dedicated his life to protecting our communities, and I ask that you join me as our heart goes out to the Thomas family and his friends and his fellow firefighters as we mourn this terrible loss. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Corbett. Senator Benoit.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Briefly, I'd like to ask the Senate to adjourn in memory of Carlos Ortega. Carlos was a young man, younger than me. A year ago was in the prime of his health and was running the city of Palm Desert, was a city manager there, and beloved of many who had the chance to work with him, including Senator Denise Ducheney. And she and I would just like to remind us all that life is precious. He developed a cancer in about November, and he's no longer with us. So we will miss Carlos Ortega from the city of Palm Desert.
Thank you, Senator Benoit. Senator Steinberg, you're recognized at your desk.
thank you, members. Let us take up Senate Concurrent Resolution 2 to close the adjournment of the 2009-10 fourth extraordinary session of the legislature. May it be the last. I don't know if it will.
Secretary, please read. Did you read again?
Senate Concurrent Resolution 2 by Senator Steinberg relative to the final adjournment of the 2009-10 fourth extraordinary session of the legislature.
Ask for an aye vote, please.
Secretary, please call the roll.
Onnested? Aye. Alquist? Aye. Ashburn? Benoit? Aye. Calderon? Aye. Cedillo? Cogdill? Aye. Corbett? Aye. Correa? Aye. Cox? I. Denham. I. DeSaulnier. I. Ducheney. Dutton. I. Flores.
Aye.
I. Hancock. I. Harmon. I. Hollingsworth. I. Huff. I. Kehoe. I. Leno. I. Liu. Lowenthal. I. Maldonado. No. Negrete McLeod. I. Oropesa. I. Padilla. I. Pavley. I. Price. I. Romero. I. Runner. I. Semidian. I. Steinberg. I. Strickland. I. Walters. Wiggins. I. Wolk. I. Wright. I. Wyland. I. Yee. E-I. Cedillo I. Ashburn I. Liu I. Maldonado Node I. Ducheney I.
Ayes 39, noes 0. The resolution is adopted. Senator Steinberg.
Thank you very much, members. It has been a long day, and it has been a long number of months. I want to express my profound thank yous to all of the members of this House for your hard work, whether we've agreed or we've disagreed, for hanging in there and finding a way, in some ways against the odds, to get this done. I want to thank Senator Hollingsworth, who I think did an outstanding job in helping me and helping us navigate our way through 30-plus bills this evening. But to all the members, we're a bit of a beleaguered institution, but take pride in the fact, as I said earlier, we have now resolved a $60 billion plus deficit, and California is still standing. I want to thank Senator Ducheney, the budget chair, for her incredible dedication and work and expertise throughout many years, and especially through this difficult period. To the desk, unsung heroes and heroines who work so hard, and allow this process to at least have some semblance of order here. We appreciate you very much. To the sergeants, Tony Beard and your entire team, outstanding work as always. And Greg Schmidt, when I talk about the desk, giving us the sense of confidence that no matter what hiccup there might be along the way, that there's always an answer. Thank you, and thank you to your fine staff. To the budget staffs on both sides of the aisle, Danny and his team, and Sarah and his team, and I am, I've said it a number of times the last couple weeks, I'm just in absolute awe, in real awe of the professionals we have working here. The endurance, the intelligence, the dedication. I can't say enough except thank you. And last but not least, an extra special thank you to one Craig Cornett, our budget director here, who there are no superlatives to say about somebody who can handle so much so well without ever it falling through the cracks, and who without we couldn't have gotten here. And so thank you. Thank you to everybody. We don't know whether or not we will be back at this We probably will, but I must tell you, we can change California. We can achieve great things together. We can build a positive agenda for this state. We can find common ground more often than not. Let's do it. Let's come back after a little bit of a rest, and let's do it. Let's turn this place around. Thank you all very much.
Senator Hollingsworth.
Thank you, Mr. President. I, too, had some people that I wanted to thank on behalf of my caucus. First, of course, thank you to the Pro Tem, Senator Steinberg. Thank you for your passionate and honorable service, and you are a gentleman that I have enjoyed working with. I also wanted to thank on our caucus the folks who did a tremendous amount of work several weeks ago. Our two conferees, our Vice Chairman of the Budget Committee, Bob Dutton, and Mimi Walters, they put up with many nights, evenings, and afternoons and weekends when we were all at home. So they deserve a very special thanks for their hard work. I also would like to thank our staff of the caucus who've been working very, very hard. On the Republican side, we have our Chief of Staff, Russell Lowry, and Greg Herner, and our Fiscal Chief of Staff, Sharon Taylor, and all of his staff. They've been doing absolutely a wonderful job the last several weeks. And also, of course, being able to work with the other side of the aisle and your side of the aisle, and a special shout out to Kip Lipper. Woo, woo, woo. Where is he? There he is. I love you, man. So the case here is that we all know that we've just been through something that I think was a big challenge for all of us. And so thank you to each of you and to the folks who've supported us, Tony, your staff, Greg, your staff, all of our support staff and our personal staffs. And I look forward to working to advance the goals of what should be a great California in a few weeks. So thank you all very much.
Senator Hollingsworth.
And there'll be a Republican caucus right after we're done.
Senator Steinberg.
The desk is clear. I want to wish everybody a real restful break. Thank you very much.
Members, the Senate will stand adjourned till August 17th, where the Senate will reconvene at 12 p.m. on August 17th.